All right, the battle for Indi continues to get our attention. Barnaby Joyce went into the electorate this week, and there was a bit of an intervention, I guess, from the leader of the National Party. He was asked by the Herald Sun, I think, whether he thought the national candidate had a chance. He said he didn't, but he does now. There's a lot of support starting to swing behind him. The national candidate, by the way, said it was always a chance because the part of the electorate is rapt to have a bloke to vote for.
But, he said that to our Gabby Chown, and I thought Barnaby Joyce was doing fabulous work in that electorate today. He was asked if Sophie Mirabella had cooked her campaign, and he said, "What has she done now?" and he said, "I don't want to talk much about the other candidates. They can talk for themselves. The more they talk, the better you look, Marty," he said to his candidate, Martin Cowboy.
You know what was, surprised me a bit about that is that Barnaby made that intervention very strongly in support of his candidate. There was no real blowback from the Liberals this time around, when you'd usually expect that in a three-cornered contest, although this time the three-cornered contest doesn't include Labor. Sophie Mirabella was interviewed about this by Libbi Gorr on 7:30, and she felt a bit isolated, I think.
I've got great relationships with a lot of my former colleagues, and a lot of them have come to help and support me, and they'll continue to do so.
Where did that come from?
I'd rather not say. Let others be concerned about internecine affairs. I'll focus on Indi.
You have to fight your own party.
Well, no, not fight. You just have to deflect people. Quite frankly, it doesn't really matter what people in Collins Street say. It matters what people say here in Indi.
Well, I thought that was a disgraceful interview. Libbi Gorr put it to her that, what was it like being called a bitch? I mean, that's the disgraceful question. That interview was totally unbalanced. If the new ABC managing director wants to have a look at some of the problems in the public broadcaster, have a look at that interview. It was totally unbalanced.
The answers are important in these things. And,
well,
what we just saw then was Sophie Mirabella saying that Collins Street, by the way, is a reference to Liberal Party headquarters, and she was saying she needs to deflect these people. Why isn't she getting their support?
Well, she may need to deflect by being asked whether she thinks she's a bitch or not. That might unsettle some people. Look, I mean, there are divisions in the Liberal Party on this matter, and the Nationals are running against the Liberals, and I think the prime aim of the coalition is to hold that seat, whoever holds it. But sure, there are some issues to ask Sophie Mirabella on that, but not the way that was done. That was totally unbalanced report. Anyone who wants to have a look at the transcript can form their own opinions, but I think it was one of the worst reports I've seen in this campaign, perhaps for a decade.
Yeah, well, Julia Gillard was called a witch, of course, which rhymes with bitch. And,
yeah, but not by an ABC interviewer.
No, by politicians who stood in front of the banners.
Not by politicians, by a hoarding behind a politician.
Yeah, hoardings
but
behind
certainly
a
not by an
yeah.
ABC interviewer, and nor should she have been.
All right, now...